All right, welcome back to episode 11 of the Altered States Unplugged podcast. My name is Kyle Strubing. I am one half of this dynamic duo with my other half, my life partner, my wife partner, Jojo Strubing. Jojo, baby, how we doing today?
We are good. Glad to be back.
Back at it again.
Yes.
Back at it again. Yes, so this should be an excellent episode. I'm super excited for it. I've actually been digging in a lot on the research lately. And it's just a constant reminder of how important sauna really is, right? So we titled this one, The Heat is On, right? Little 80s reference song there. Why infrared saunas are the secret to detox and deep relaxation. So really excited about this one, like you said. It should be great.
Yeah, so today we're going to dive in all about infrared saunas. So we're going to go into a little bit of the science. I know saunas are not new to many of you, but really understanding like how does it work and how does it benefit you in layman's terms. We're going to break it down as simple as possible and really help you get the most out of your sauna sessions, give you a couple tips so you can get into the studio and start using the sauna for your health today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we should first start it off here by saying, what is the difference between an infrared sauna and a regular sauna, right? That's kind of the biggest differentiator, right? So why don't you go over what is a regular sauna?
Yeah, so most of you are familiar with like a wet sauna versus a dry sauna. A wet sauna or a traditional sauna are those saunas that go up to really high temperatures, like 200 or more degrees. Typically, you'll have like those rocks in the corner, and you're putting some water on them, and they're creating a ton of steam in there. That way, it gets really, really hot, right? So you've got those, and then you've got an infrared sauna. So the infrared penetrates from the inside out instead of the outside in. So the temperature doesn't have to go as hot. So typically you're going to see that around 150, 165 is where ours goes to. So you can typically last a little longer because it's not such a like steamy, I get a little uncomfortable in wet saunas after like pretty easily after it's like, hard to breathe almost. But in the infrared saunas, I think that's the biggest difference, right? You can really last longer. You have a great way of explaining this, so why don't you?
Yeah, so, if you think wet versus dry, wet sauna is the ones at your standard gym, right? Where the bunch of you guys are sitting around there staring at each other. It's all awkward, and it's a lot tougher. The dry sauna is the things that are a lot more popular now, right? So that's kind of the first stage. How I break it down for customers in the store is it's like the difference between using an oven and using a microwave. The wet sauna is an oven. It's heating your body's temperature, right? Where the dry sauna that we have with the infrared lights is penetrating your skin and using those rays. So that's more like a microwave. And if you're going to heat up your food, sure, both are great options, but the microwave's just going to be a lot more faster, more efficient, right? So it's a difference between an oven and a microwave. Another big difference in that is, a couple tips, like in the dry sauna, you don't want to be rocky in there, right? With your hoodie on and you get a whole bunch of clothes. My stupid self was in there. First time we got the sauna for the first 6 weeks had my hoodie on, sweats on, thinking I was cutting weight for middle school wrestling or something like that. And you're totally defeating the purpose of what you're trying to do. So you want to, I always say kind of skin to win in there. So you can, the lights can penetrate your skin and heat you up. It'll just be that much more effective.
Yeah. So as little clothes as possible. That way it uses these near, far, and mid-infrared waves, not to get too technical, but that's what's penetrating deep into your skin and heating you up from the inside out. So if you wear clothes, it's just more that those waves have to penetrate.
Right.
So there's no need to wear the sweats and
then with the near, mid, and far infrared, certain saunas based on their capabilities can run different programs so that the near is better for some things where the far, and they work in conjunction. So it can really help you, just target in on those areas. I know on our saunas we have specific for like anxiety or weight loss, whatever. Yeah. And that all they're doing is, for one of them, the near will be will be turned on more and the FAR will be down,
Mm-hmm.
vice versa.
Yeah, it's really neat because you can really tailor that, 30-minute, 45-minute session to exactly what you're trying to get out of it, which I love.
Right.
So.
Right. And they do say with this, obviously the comfort level, but it's a deeper sweat. It really, because that light is penetrating up to 1.5 inches inside you, it really pushes those bad cells out and it really flushes more. You get a much deeper sweat in there for sure.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
the key differences here are, I'd say comfort for sure,
Right.
because it's just more comfortable. You can last a lot longer. It doesn't feel stuffy. You can breathe better. And then, like you said, that deeper sweat of really being able to, really like sweat out those toxins, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Let's talk a little bit about the science here. I loved this. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine found that infrared heat can penetrate up to 1.5 inches into the body, which helps increase blood circulation and release those toxins. So again, I think that's just the science telling you like how deep these saunas are penetrating.
Right.
And it's crazy because I don't think you realize it. Like sometimes people that go for their first time, they're like, oh, can you turn up the heat? It's not hot enough. And and it's like, no, you don't need it to go that hot. It's working its magic without you having to be so uncomfortable. So it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you do, it's like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, and then I know we're not talking about the cold plunge, but when you mix the cold plunge into it, right? A lot of times people go in the cold plunge for 2-3 minutes and then they go into the sauna to do that contrast therapy and you're like, well, wait a second. I didn't even sweat in there, but I promise you it's still doing the deal.
It's heating your body. You're just not noticing it.
Yeah, you're just not noticing it for sure. For sure.
Awesome. So let's pivot here and talk about like the benefits of the infrared sauna. So why do you even want to go sit in the sauna? I mean, saunas have been around forever, but I think there's just more and more science coming out about how insanely good sauna sessions are for you. So let's talk about some of those.
Yeah, so the first one is going to be detoxification. It helps you release toxins, right? Studies show that when sweating in an infrared sauna, it can remove heavy metals such as mercury and lead, as well as other environmental toxins. In fact, it's probably the best way to detox your body, I would say.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about the society we live in today, I mean, we are constantly consuming, food that's not good for you, environment that's not great for you.
Plastics, pesticides.
Yeah,
yes.
we've got all this stuff in our water that we don't even realize, not to go down too many rabbit holes, but being able to consistently detox your body is, it's a good thing.
It's pretty important nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the next one is an improvement in circulation. So what it does is it actually stimulates blood flow. So that can improve your cardiovascular health. They did a study on this in JAMA. It showed that regular sauna use, including infrared, that was included, is linked to a reduced risk of heart disease and lower blood pressure, which who can't, who doesn't want to reap those benefits, right? Heart disease is like one of the leading causes, for sure.
Yeah, I think you always share this statistic with customers and it's so powerful, but like that regular use of the sauna can reduce that all-cause mortality by 40%?
Right.
And I think it even, if you use the sauna every day, I think it even goes up to like 60%.
Right.
Now that is regular use, like that's 2 times a week typically.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
3 to 4.
But that's huge. I mean, if you can reduce, your mortality rate just by sitting in a sauna a couple times a week, that's insane to me. Like, why wouldn't you? That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and if you come here, you can sit there and watch YouTube, Netflix, and all that stuff. You're going to do that anyways, so you might as well sit in the sauna and reap those benefits for sure.
When you told me that, I was like, okay, done deal. This is what I'm doing every week.
Right.
I mean, and I just feel so much better.
And we might talk about this later, but cognitive health wise is our big thing. My big thing is the prevention of Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's and dementia. Just consistent use of sauna 5 to 6 days a week, which can be a tall tale for somebody, or tall task. But how bad do you want it, right? And that's going to reduce the up to 60-65% reduction in feeling the effects of Alzheimer's and dementia. And I'm sure a lot of people out there have dealt with this. If you have not dealt with a family member that has Alzheimer's, it is not easy. When you see that, it can definitely motivate you to get your butt in there and start sweating. So for me, that's the biggest driver for all of this.
I mean, we're not even telling you to get up and work out.
No.
You don't have to, constrain your diet, which those are all great things to do too. But just sitting there and sweating. It's that simple.
Sit
just
there,
sweating out.
Cruise YouTube, and it can really help. It definitely can really help. The next one, and I think this is probably the most popular one, what everybody is going for, is that pain relief and muscle recovery. Because the infrared's heating your body deeply, it's such a good relief for pain. They did a study in clinical rheumatology. It found that infrared sauna did reduce pain and stiffness in patients with condition like arthritis and chronic pain. A lot of this is because you're getting your heat shock proteins, and that's a big thing. They're super, super powerful. It can help repair muscle damage. It can help repair soreness, things like that. And then plus, you're flushing all that lactic acid and all those toxins out of you, so it really helps you recover. Now, as far as muscle recovery for training and working out, I recommend doing it almost immediately after working out, as opposed to even like the cold plunge. But that's going to help you set you along those lines to help. And there's a ton of research out there that says specifically that. So if you can, do it after your workout.
Yeah. The next one is skin health. The deep heat helps promote more collagen, which is great. I know especially in the female world, we all want to produce more collagen. It makes our skin beautiful, helps with the tone and elasticity, so firmer skin, and then helps cleanse your pores, leading to clear and more radiant skin. I mean, who doesn't want that? But I think you've even mentioned before, like, man, my skin looks so much better from using the sauna, and it really does. I mean, it clears you up right away. So if you've got big events coming up, like the sauna is a good thing to be jumping into.
Yeah, it's definitely a good lever to use for that, for your skin and stuff like that. And even the lights, the red lights and all that stuff, it fades out your scars and all that stuff. It was pretty incredible for sure.
Yeah. Our infrared sauna has red light while you sit in there. So you get the double whammy of the red light and the
sauna.
Yeah.
So then the next one, and probably, a super important one, which what Altered States Wellness we're all about, is that stress reduction. Spending time in an infrared sauna has been shown to reduce cortisol levels. A lot of people get, collagen and cortisol we want up in collagen, down in cortisol, right? Can reduce those, which helps with stress management, and it promotes relaxation up to sleep. That, anecdotally, I can say 100%.
Yeah.
You get in that sauna after you close down the store, after you've worked out for the day, maybe a little gummy action, and it is the best night's sleep you've ever had.
Yeah, you've always said that.
It's my bedtime routine, or a little, maybe some magnesium or something with it, and get your electrolytes going. You're just ready to roll for the next
I have
day.
a hard time using the sauna in the morning. I can't do it personally. I know a lot of people that love, like, that's the time they sauna. I think everybody's just different, but for me, it's definitely, I have to do it at night because I am so relaxed and at ease afterwards. There's no more getting things done.
Yeah, it's a wrap after that.
Yeah.
It's definitely a wrap after that. So moving on, JoJo, what are some tips for so let's say you're going to do this for the first time. What are a couple tips? Yeah,
first time, third time, tips are always useful. Definitely want to stay hydrated. But, don't think about drinking water when you get in there. Think about it that morning. You want to be hydrated before. If you're dehydrated, then if you're drinking water while you're in the sauna, it's just going to come right out of you. So you really want it to be able to penetrate deeply and remove those toxins. So the more hydrated you are, the deeper that can pull out those toxins.
Sure.
The next one is, start slow. So some people are like, day one, I want to go in there for 60 minutes. And, if you can do that, that's great, but there's no need to push yourself, overexert yourself. You're ease into it.
Yeah. The max number of time that we have for the specific geared, protocol sessions in the sauna, I think they're about 42 to 45 minutes. And those are for, like I said before, with those different waves and stuff, is 42, 40. So sitting in there for an hour isn't, yes, you're tough. It might build your mental toughness. But at about a half hour, I feel like you've kind of checked that box.
Yeah.
You get the heat shock proteins going. You've done the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Clothing, we mentioned this one early but the less clothing you wear, the better. We provide robes, towels you can put over you. It's a private sauna, so do what you wish in there, but make it easy on the sauna to do its job by taking off your clothes.
Yes. Yeah. No hoodies, no wearing trash bags. We're not cutting weight for wrestling or anything like that.
Yeah. And then the last one is just relax and breathe while you're in there. I love to take some time while I'm in there to really stretch. We'll put on some, sound meditation sometimes and just really relax. I mean, you can watch Netflix, but I like to really take that time just to be at ease, relax, meditate.
Be present, be there.
Yeah,
yes.
decompress. And I don't know, I think all of that, when you're just allowing your body to relax, it only helps the process even more.
I'll do like a guided meditation in there, or sometimes I know it's, not as relaxing, but I'll put on like a chair yoga thing in there. So I'm sitting there getting my low back going or whatever. And by the time by the time you notice that video is 18 minutes, I got 12 minutes left to just kind of just be there, you know? So it's nice to kind of, and obviously find a place that has a tablet on the inside.
Yeah.
All of ours do.
Yeah. It's so good to stretch when you're in that heat and your muscles can really, really open up. I think there's no better time to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the next one, JoJo, how often do you think we should be hitting up the sauna?
Yeah. So, a lot of the statistics we've shared show that, the more frequently you are using the sauna, the more of those benefits. So if you really want some of those, like that 40% reduced all-cause mortality and some of those higher statistics, you got to be using the sauna more frequently. So 2 to 3 sessions a week is what we'd recommend if you're really looking to go in. This is where your body's really going to get the most of that detoxing that we were talking about. Now, if you're just getting started, we have a ton of customers that come in once a week and they get a lot of benefits. And I think that that's an excellent place to get started. And then you can always increase from there. I know we don't always have time to, stop in sauna 2 to 3 times a week. I get it. But once a week, I think is an excellent goal. We've got tons of like Sunday regulars that every Sunday that's their go-to. Or, if it's your Monday night, ritual, just choose that sauna session. You're going to do it once a week. I think that's a good way to get started. Yeah,
the Friday, Saturday, Sunday crew is the people that have gone, done all their workouts for the week. They're beat up, they're sore, they're tired, and that really helps push it. I would say, in a perfect world, I would do it every day.
Yeah.
But not everybody has an Altered States wellness.
Yeah.
Or has a sauna in their garage, and that would be, honestly, that's probably the most optimal. But start like anything else. Start slow, start low, build that resilience, and just get into that practice for sure.
Absolutely. So just some more science here for you. A 20-year-old study from Finland showed that people who use saunas 4 to 7 times per week had a 40% lower risk of dying from specifically heart disease compared to those who only use the sauna once a week. So something to think about. That's
the Soderbergh protocol that made famous by Huberman pushes that and refers to that all the time.
Yeah.
But it's been going on for 20 years. A lot of the science isn't, it hasn't been as long lasting. But this one they did a ton. They really took their time and really studied it. But honestly, we've been doing sauna for thousands of years.
Yeah, it's been around. But I just think, where we are in our society, like we need it now more than ever.
Yeah, for sure.
When we really think about it. But yeah, so many benefits. I'm glad we finally got to come on and talk specifically about the sauna. Right. We've talked about like contrast therapy and all these other things, but the sauna is so powerful.
Sauna's where it's
so
at.
Simple, and people are like, oh, I've heard of the sauna, but if I could gift everyone in my family sauna sessions, like I would, because I think it's out of everything that you can do for your health. I think this is one of the most powerful thing that you can do regularly to benefit your health.
And it's so easy. It's so easy. You just sit there and you sweat, and it's the best. It really is.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and wrap it up, JoJo.
So come in if you are local and use the sauna at Altered States Wellness. This month we have an incredible deal going on. It is 6 sessions for just $99. So if you just want to get started, see what it's like to go do 6 sessions in a month, see how that goes. Of course, we've got great packages and memberships you can check out if you want to continue doing it long term. But this is a great time. I love that change in season when it goes from the summer to the winter.
Right.
It's a good prime time to be in the sauna. It's cooler outside. You actually want to be in the heat a little bit. So come check out the sauna, and I think you will be amazed by how much it impacts your health. It's one of those things that I feel instantly right after I do the sauna, but it also has a lot of long-term benefits as well. Yeah.
Come on in and see us, guys. We got the sauna for you, smoking deal. As the weather's starting to turn, come see us in Capel.
Yep. Book your session at alteredstateswellness.com and share this episode with your friends and family. We always want to spread the knowledge about wellness.